Oh, yes. We are live.
She sounds always like a bit pissed off that she's recording.
Yeah, she does.
The other guys in Out of the Cold absolutely hate the Zoom lady and think now that she's going to become an NPC that they have to fight because of how much.
She's actually the big baddie, isn't it? Ah, so you come to my lair. I am the Zoom lady.
Yeah, like manifest like the Zoom woman as a, I don't know, some kind of crazy witch. No, thank you.
Does anybody want one?
Sweeties.
Yeah.
Sure. Send a few miles.
I've got a whole box.
Drop kick it all the way to John.
I'm going to get rid of the towel, I feel. I don't really want that in shot. It's a bit weird.
Not creepy at all.
Hello, everybody.
I'm sorry, were you about to start? You don't want me to in tonight. Yay!
Hello, everybody. Welcome to a quickly average adventure, and more specifically and more precisely, welcome to the Fragments. This is a D&D 5e campaign I'm playing with my friends, and these are my friends. So yeah, hello everybody. It's going to probably be a short game tonight because we've all been delayed and had lovely chats and kind of just been noodling about all kinds of strange experiences we've had. So and
me and you are very tired.
Let's continue with some strange experiences now. You had a meeting with the king of the whole of Prohast, who ruled his realm from Morden Sal, but you had rescued him previously from some sort of dream demon thing, and it was not nice. It was very unkind and had a big hand and kept frustrating you. He had asked you what you wanted, what you wished, what were your desires, what were your dreams?
Not to be hung.
And basically, from that point, you were left to your ministrations for the day, given run of the grounds and sort of the hospitality of the king's court. Now, I know Erwin would have probably gone and dropped off some provisions to the orphanage already.
And a whole bunch of gold.
And a whole bunch of gold. So please take off however much gold you would like to donate to the orphanage. You can do that as much as you, however you wish. And Jackson was still wary of absolutely everybody at this point because he felt like something was afoot, something was going wrong. How was Killian feeling after the meeting with the king? The information you gained. Hungry as always.
Yes.
Hungry.
And he's just kind of like, okay. He's like, wait, where'd the goblin go?
So you're wondering where your goblin, your kind of adopted goblin friend that you are becoming most fond of in Killian. Has gone wandering off, snuck off with his stealthiness and left you.
I'm going to go find him.
So you would be going to go find where Erwin has gone. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you try and leave sneakily?
No, I thought it'd be a bad idea.
Yeah. Okay. So you could probably ask guards or something. That's what you know.
I wouldn't have said I'd actually gone out. I wouldn't have said I've actually gone out the way to go, I'm leaving. But yeah, I'm not exactly hard to catch.
Yeah.
I'm a terrible thief. I'm not very hard to catch at all.
I would go looking for the gap.
Where does, after some time asking about your distinctive character around the town, you would probably be able to discern.
You're offering me your hand to bite
No, please don't bite my hand. Discern the location, because Erwin is a resident of
Ash Street.
Of Ash Street and Morden Sound. Yeah. So you would find yourself on Ash Street, a rather run-down looking place, and a grubby back door.
Mm-hmm. I would have like tried the back door. Is it open?
Oh, it's always open.
Is it?
Yes.
When it's daytime. It's daytime.
I would have just stuck my head in and gone, hello.
Where do they find you, Erwin?
I will probably be up in the kitchen, of course.
Yeah.
With the matron. Because mostly this has got to be hidden away and we're basically discussing.
Yeah. So you're with the matron, talking of the care of the the home, I'm presuming, sort of working your way through those how the gold would best be spent, what things to invest in. Would you be part and parcel of that sort of investment structure?
No, no, but I do know people who would be able to help get the best deals for stuff and things like that. So I'm basically writing down names and contacts and then just brainstorming a few, mind mapping a few things, and working out.
You're brainstorming, it's fine. It's fine.
What we can save, where we can hide it, because where we are is not best to flash the cash because that's the easy way of getting robbed and rolled. So yeah, best to hide it, where to spend it, who to contact, and probably also going, so the king's got beer in his body and things that we really should have take it out on the gangs. That's gonna go well.
Do I hear this conversation or?
Yeah, partial.
Make
Come in
some
whenever you want.
perception.
Come in
Let's see
whenever
how
you
much
want.
you pick up of it.
Okay.
I think that's good. The perception is Killian's trying to walk in and maybe overhears something.
No, she wants to be sneaky about it. Fair enough. I'll do a perception check then. See if I can't catch the gigantic form of a dragonborn.
I'm not trying to be sneaky or listen in. I'm trying to listen out for you.
Oh
see if I
yeah,
can find
I'm a
where
squeaky
you
voice. I'm a squeaky voice in a mostly human place, so yeah, you'll catch me easily.
Full of
I'm not
stuff,
being
though.
sneaky.
An 18, you catch most of this about the kind of the worry that Erwin has about the king having to be in his bonnet regarding the gangs.
Okay. So I'm hearing all of this, yeah.
You hear most of it.
Most of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get a good gist of that. There's going to be an investment. Gold needs to be hidden, etc.
Okay. And so how much gold have you given?
You wouldn't know.
Did you actually say that in character because you don't see it?
No, so yeah, so I haven't seen it then, no, so I don't
No.
know. Okay.
The transfer of gold happens silently and quietly, like
Yes.
yeah.
It's a
That's
contactless
already
payment.
Yeah, that's what it is. Beep. Done. Yeah, so the other thing was, do I hear the conversation between him and her about, I'm assuming it's her, it's a her, isn't it?
It sounds like a big
Yeah.
beefy woman.
So do I hear the conversation between him and her about what the money's going to be spent on, or the contacts that he has?
I think you would catch towards the end of it. So you hear about hunting the money, and you hear the bit about the king, about the gangs, the worry about the gangs, and Owen's concern about what backlash. Which you would have known this kind of story because Owen described to the king previously about the worrying about sort of taking out the heads of the gangs that might not do it because then there's just be always someone up to kind of rise up and take over, and
so
how to deal with it would be to kind of invest in people and in jobs and in welfare and improve the general living conditions of Modern Sound, basically.
Okay, so because Killian is a big softie at heart, you're not allowed to say anything though. Shushy, not allowed to say nothing. Right? He kind of pokes his head round the doorway, and he's like, "Sorry,
that's not his voice."
No, it's not. But he's kind of like, "Sorry, guys, I can't do Killian's voice today.
Okay.
I have
Big food, you're good.
yeah, I've lost it."
That's it. Getting there.
But he's kind of like really sheepishly like going into the room and really kind of like, yeah, sorry guys, sorry, didn't mean to overhear, but I don't want you to worry. And so he gives her another 15 gold.
15 gold piece,
because he doesn't want her to worry that, like, you know, if this is going to affect her and the kids.
The gangs, you mean? Or the...
Yeah, he doesn't want that to affect them, and he doesn't want her to worry that, like, if shit hits the fan, they're gonna have to just like leave suddenly and possibly, you know, get the kids away from all of
some
this.
security money.
So he is giving her some more.
Okay.
So there you go.
She would.
But he turns around to Erwin and he's like, "Don't say a word."
he would say, she would say, taking the gold in the hand, and would say, "Who is?
Mother
Who
Petronia.
is this?
Mother Petronia. This is Killian. One of my new friends. Killian. This is Mother Petronia. The matron of the orphanage."
But she says, I thank you, Dragonborn. It's rare to see one of you this far.
Yeah, don't
Far
want to talk
East.
about it.
No, I will not pry. Thank you for your donation. This will go greatly towards the orphanage. It will be much appreciated. There will be warm beds and well-fed bellies tonight, for sure, and for many nights to come. I should imagine.
If we are lucky.
So is this in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's big old. It's a well-worn over. It's like lots of things have been repaired. It's a kitchen, but a kitchen that's
There's
loved,
one of the doors
very
is,
loved,
yeah,
but very old.
One of the hinges is hinge on the bottom, string on the top.
Yeah,
That kind of kitchen, like where everything has got a knife
Make
mark
do.
in it,
Everything's
but
make
not
do.
deliberately stabbed. Just like knives have been dropped and knocked, and
Where you've cut on the surface.
yeah. And there's
like on our kitchen side.
there's
Yeah.
been like very old loaves of bread sawn on here that have required a severe amount of force to get through that kind of stale, blackened bread, that bread that lasts forever, that is really good.
Dwarven bread.
In a
You
soup
shoot
of-
before you eat the bread. Yeah.
It's the bread that's only good for croutons.
It's the bread
you
that
know
you
what
can
I mean?
only eat as croutons, because otherwise it's not malleable in the mouth.
So
Croutons / roofing tiles. You choose.
Yeah,
You choose,
yeah,
you choose,
yeah.
really.
either way.
Yeah.
So while this is while she's saying that to Killian's kind of like looking around at the kitchen.
It is
going,
though clean, spotlessly clean.
Mm.
It's not dirty. It is just old.
Killian's just looking around going, and they just start opening the cupboards.
The matron would, after this, not be just kind of looking concerned, like,
Mr. Killian. Mr. Killian. Sorry. There won't be what you are used to in here. You're used to probably a higher level of food, quality of food. No, Mother Train, not saying it's bad. It's not bad. It's just ingredients make the meal.
I understand when it's not taken to heart. when it's barley broth you're cooking 24/7. It's not someone and she kind of would notice certain like elements about you, like maybe in your dress, that would give away some of your heritage.
You gotta stay on a massive mouth. That gives it away.
Yeah, and knowing that they're normally of a clan descent or a royal clan descent, they would see that in you.
So Killian, like mid-sentence, while all of this is going on, Killian's just like still looking in
Just
cupboards,
looking in them, yeah.
and then he just turns around and walks out the kitchen, goes back to find. I want to call her Nana, and it's not Nana.
Mama Oost.
Mama, it's good. Mama Oost and Nana Foon. I mean, come
Nana
on.
Oost and Nana Foon.
Mama Oost and Nana Foon.
Yeah.
My brain can't handle it.
Okay, so you're on your way back to the castle.
I'm going back to find Mama Oost
Yeah.
to put in a request.
Okay.
4x5 cards, just to write it down. I'm looking for Mama.
Yeah.
You need to follow Matt's example of a circle with all the things about the person around them. What is Serial doing round the castle grounds?
She's flirting with the king, isn't she?
She was, yes, she was.
She's trying to upgrade.
The king,
Combining your kingdoms going on
the
here.
king would have dismissed you in
How rude.
in a well-mannered way, but so that it would have to consider options and think and mull these things over and work out how there could be a method to resolve the troubles that have 10 years brewed upon this.
He would have to
fine man.
review options. Girl, you ain't his only option.
No, not necessarily regarding a romantic liaison with Seriel. But
It was like he's been asleep for 10 years and he's still got options. Like
Maybe
He's
if you
a king.
blackface it, he likes dark elves.
Ooh,
Drow, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
this is going to be
Not the
such
right-
a
I'm not the right
politically
colour.
incorrect game.
My teeth aren't pointy enough.
Yeah,
is
tell me,
on point,
Serial, you have been asked to walk. Been kind of. Has he just missed the groups? Charlie would be walking with you probably for some of the
I
time.
would like to look around the enchanted garden in more detail.
Oh yeah, you want to visit that space? Oh yeah, okay, cool, lovely. So you walk through the snow-covered gardens, and Charlie would say to you, "Serio, would you like me to accompany you, or I wish to find the oh sorry, my phone's going off very loudly. I wish to find the holy people of this place, as I discussed with the king, to try and see what has lost people their faith, what has driven them away, what has made them turn the back on the lightness and the good of common people, and has turned to this depravity that we see lying over this one, obviously once fair city."
Well, Charles, I understand your need to look for answers. I would like to explore the grounds in more ways and see if I can find out any more clues to this castle. It seems to hold more secrets, and I want to find out more. But I understand your mission is to find out more from the people of your faith. So it's entirely up to you. You can either accompany me through the garden, and then we can go on to the church and talk to them together, or if you prefer to go alone, then I understand, and I will go on my my merry way through the garden.
And he says, "I will accompany you. The leaders of the faith can wait a little longer, I'm sure."
Thank you.
My
Thank you,
counsel.
Gareth.
I did roll for it. So he accompanies you through the garden. You wend your way through that snow-covered path that is always regularly swept and kept clear of the latest falling of snow. You see the frozen branches of topiary, beautiful shapes carved out of it. And then you see this small little area in the center that seems to be non-snow covered. The light's different.
So we go towards the area that is different.
Yeah. What would you like to do?
Can I do an... I know it's magical, so I need to do an arcana.
You do. This is not a normal occurrence.
Are you sure about that?
If I rolled an arcana, would I find out more information about the magicalness of it?
You might find out what kind of school of magic it was from.
Okay, let's do an arcana first, and I'll do an investigation.
Okay, yeah. So you're outside of the space at the moment, looking onto it.
I'm on the precipice.
Yeah.
Ooh. I pressed D&D once and I managed to break it. That's clever.
Oh, the joy.
16. I can be netted too.
Yeah, that was a pretty.
I got 24 with Arcana.
Oh.
Whoa.
Yeah, so you would know that this is of the school. Oh, it's
What was that about?
I'm trying to remember.
Go on.
George of the Jungle, like seriously.
It is. Sorry, I'm just trying to remember what it would be. Like, it would be.
How many primal? Oh,
It would be the School of Primal.
yes.
It would be.
You were just trying to get him to do that, weren't you? You were blatantly just trying to get him to do that.
It would. Oh, what's teleport? Conjuration? Is it?
Conjuration, bringing something from nothing, essentially.
What school is it from?
It is.
Evocation, conjuration. I'm just naming them now.
Combination of some fortification.
It is a conjuration.
Conjuration. Yeah. The School of Conjuration. I was trying to find it, and it came up, and it didn't sound right. Yeah, Conjuration is the school. So it'd be like the same as creating something out of nothing, to pull the strings of energy, raw magical energy, and thread them together in a new form to knot something, or pull a rabbit out of a hat.
I'm just sat here looking at you. I just looked at the skin and said, have no head.
Yeah, you've vanished. So yeah, you know that this is conjuration. So that's quite a good roll. So you would, that's what you get from it. You know, it's conjuration. You think that this might be possibly that this is a section of somewhere else.
Ooh.
Okay. Another plane, perhaps?
It's a conjunction.
Roll that investigation for me
Okay.
that you wanted to make to investigate the things within that space.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a conjunction function. Oh, what's it called?
Junction function.
Oh, no, it's
I've got to that point.
a conjunction junction. What's your function? That's what I was looking for.
Oh, no.
20.
20. You
She's on fire today.
look at the yeah, you're doing well. I like it. Big rolls. Whoop, 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 whoop. Wah, 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 wah. You look at the sculptures within this space and the shape of stuff and the leaves and the pattern of the fauna, and it does not look like the rest of the stuff here. The other stuff is hardy weather. This is not hardy weather. This climate inside this space is completely different. If you were to say anything, you think it might be closer to home, Serial.
Okay.
Oh, now you got to think to yourself, is there like a small garden in the royal place where you live, which is actually really cold and icy and constantly covered in snow? Could you actually find a teleportation zone? Swap.
And while investigating the garden, did I see anything with my 20 that was that looked like it was out of place within the
Okay, so if you remember, it was a fountain central to it, and sort of benches placed around it. Dog, please, and a great dog head.
Hello, dog head.
No,
hey, Popeye.
what would you see as you look at this with a 20? 20 is pretty good.
20's pretty good.
20 is
No
really
shit.
good. So you would see that there is a frieze around the outside of the fountain, like not the piece in the center. That's quite basic and normal. The frieze around the outside appears as you look round it. You circle round. There is a flower in the frieze that is. Most of them are out, like sculpted out of it. One of them is sculpted in, so it's an indent, like a engraving rather than a sculpture coming out.
Okay.
Concave rather than convex, and it's like a sort of shaped a bit like a rose.
Oh. Can I push the indented rose shape to see if it's a button?
You can. Do you want to do that?
Yes.
Nothing happens.
Does it look like something should be fitting inside it?
It definitely does that, indeed. It looks like that might be the recess for another flower kind of thing. Like there's one that's not there.
So that's the key, and this is like the lock.
Yes, that's a pretty good assumption.
I don't have any flowers like this in my person, do I?
No.
Okay.
Shall I let you ponder?
I'm going to ponder. Yeah, let me ponder.
I'll let you ponder. Jax, what are you up to?
How like professional do the guards actually seem? Like I've now stood watch with them overnight and things.
They seem
A professional eye. How good do they actually seem? Apart from the fact they didn't even notice us breaking into the house.
The guy that beat your ass in the thing seems far better. Those guards seem like guards that should be guarding the king.
Yeah.
Wow.
You what?
This is the B team.
Oh, this isn't even that.
Wow.
I'm gonna
This is
try and
like the
find the
D team.
captain. I'm gonna try and find the captain of this lot.
Okay. Yeah, after some searching in the barracks, there's a chap. He is. You walk into the barracks, and there is a haste about the place. There are people polishing things. There are floors being swept. There is buttons being polished. You know, there is mucking out happening. There is a great deal of action happening inside this barracks where you were, rumored to go and train.
King's here. Look busy.
Yeah.
And in any of this, do I actually see my matey from the pub?
Do you see him? Let's see if you see him. Let's see if he's there.
Your best friend.
No, you don't see him.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go and try and find. Like, I'm just gonna wander in there and be like, sort of, who's in charge? I'm just gonna grab the nearest person.
Yeah, they direct you to a small side room. Sat there, rapidly going through sheets of parchment, whilst rapidly swigging from a bottle, very rosy cheeked, a rotund fellow in a uniform that may have once made him look beguiling and ready for battle, that now makes him look like a string of sausages being tied together. There are bits that bulge out middly in places where there should not be bulges. He might not have actually worn this for some time. Probably he's actually ordered, is trying to convince other people that he's put on a lot of muscle.
You're in charge.
He would say, I am. No, what was his voice being like?
Charlie.
He'd be like, I'm of the Royal Guard, yes.
Are you actually the Royal Guard, or are you just one of the ones that wanders around the town?
I'm in charge of the town soldiers, and I have been tasked by the prince to also guard the king and his towers and his battlements.
So, like, do you know a guy called Carleth?
Yes, I know Carleth.
And like his lot.
Yes, I
They're
remember the king.
they're over like in Southgate at the moment.
Yes.
Have you sent anyone for them?
No,
Why not?
I think we're doing a perfectly fine job here ourselves.
But you're a town guard and he's a royal guard.
I'm
And
well
the
aware
king's
we've been
like-
guarding the royal for 10 years or so. You know, we're doing
While he's been asleep,
indeed.
and no one noticed that there was a lunatic looking after him, and we wandered up and sort of wandered straight to him and no one interfered.
We were told to leave. We were told to leave
By
the
who?
guarding of the by the physician himself.
So you're in charge by the King's Guard, and a crazy doctor told you leave us alone, and you went, okay.
It's very convincing.
But being crazy, absolutely.
He seemed all right originally. He did start acting a bit peculiar later on.
But you didn't think, you know, that you might want to get like a royal command to do that?
Like royal command
to like leave him alone.
Prince Dustin just wanted the best care for his father.
Okay. I'm pretty sure you're not going to have a job soon.
What do you mean?
You're shit at this. You're
That's
not.
what you really think.
I beg your pardon. What preposterous is this? This town is perfectly fine. This city is doing fabulously considering the conditions
That have happened in the 10 years that you've been on watch. Like there's gangs running around amok. There's like sort of all sorts. There's like plagues of rats and things. I'm pretty sure you're either going to get fired or demoted or transferred to like, I don't know, a desert or something. You're already at the cold place.
And how do you know? What would you know? What would you know about looking after a city?
I
Did you know to Charlie's
I know what you're doing is not working, and like scrabbling around trying to like make it look good isn't gonna work. It's either good and like holding, or you're covering it up. And at the moment you're covering it up.
We are not.
But no, fuck it, I'm just gonna point to the like sort of, you know, bit of belly poking through the buttons.
Poking, beep.
Here you go. I put on a lot of muscle.
Let's try.
Trying to hold it.
That was good. That was good. I like it. I'm a
But
muscle.
it's well hidden behind the blubber.
Oh!
He will be like, the years here have been good to us.
Not anyone else. So are you like a dirty copper or whatever it is?
Roll an insight check.
Oh, I'm
You're gonna
rolling
get
it. I'm not
punched.
rolling it.
Mister. I don't think you're going to hurt him, but I think you're about to get punched in
Why
the
am I-
face.
Why am I rolling insight? I don't really care.
Because you were you were asking the question, he would try and cover it up. If there was something to cover up.
I'm actually trying to get a response. I rolled a 15.
Nice.
I rolled a 15 and a 9. Well, I rolled a
As you
15 and a
say,
20.
dirty cop, the eyes go a little too wide. And then there's a, how dare you accuse me of this, you upstart. That's Charlie. Why is Charlie
Charlie's
coming out?
coming out.
How dare you accuse us of this? You dirty upstart. What do you think you are, coming in here accusing the town's guard of misdoings and underhanded dealings?
I just asked a question.
You did. and it was rather impertinent to ask one of the town guard. You've been here, what, a day, 2 days?
Yeah, and so far we've woken up the king and like all sorts.
You're just
You've been
showing off.
Yeah. Yes.
So what do you suggest?
That you send for Carleth and like the rest of the royal guard? Or apparently there were some in training, so you should have some like half-trained ones here.
But then I will be out of a job.
Did you have a job when there was a royal guard? Were you like a town guard and they were the royal guard?
Yeah.
So there should be both jobs available.
But I kind of like this job.
But you're not very good at it.
You're kind of an idiot.
I've done well out of it.
So you are a dirty cop.
I said nothing of the sort.
All right, I'm just going to go and have a chat with the king because, yeah. I'm going to turn around to...
We'll send crows. We'll send crows.
You might want
in the morning.
and you might want to join in the morning trainings because, like, and I'm going to point at the
Your muscle is
uniform.
The muscle.
It'll stand up, and as he stands, he kind of like tries to make himself look big, but as he looks himself,
but he's also standing next to Jax, who actually does have muscle.
Yeah. He tries to make himself look imposing. He says, "But you aren't on my good side." And as he stands up and kind of does that kind of bracing, a button pops off.
Yeah.
And he
Wait
says,
for the button to go.
yeah, the button pops off of the uniform, and at that point, Jax.
Tell you what, I'm off to the Inuit's Hood, and then should we go to training in the morning? Because I've already got like sort of some training I need to do with one of your guards. So we go at the morning training, and you can show me all this muscle.
I think that would be an entertaining morning. See how well you fare against some of my King's Guard, some of my boys.
Okay. And I'm going to go off to the Inuit's Hood, and
I'm going to try and kill you.
Yeah, fine. That's a whole problem.
See one, get him,
That's
lads.
a whole problem for tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow.
I'm going to go to the Inuit's Hood, and then I'm probably going to like sort of order a beer, get about halfway through it, and then fall asleep at the table.
Okay.
You are exhausted, aren't you? So
Yeah.
As you start proceeding towards the town gates, you would see Killian Norn just arriving back through the town gates, sorry, the castle gates, and you would see the very obvious form of Killian Norn coming along. Would Owen be in tow?
No, Owen's going to go sneak off and see a second contact that was in my background. The person who actually taught me how to be a soul knife.
Okay.
This I am being sneaky about because he's someone who doesn't want company. Would certainly not appreciate a large Dragon Ball and suddenly turning up and saying hi.
Yeah, okay.
It's not like I stand out or anything.
Give us some stealth,
but...
just for stealth's sake.
Sorry,
give us a stealth roll, please.
Oh, of course.
Owen, just to establish
sneaky
how
roll.
Well we do this.
Sneaky roll. Nice. 22.
Yeah, lovely.
All right, then.
Let's see. I'm going to roll something for this one, I think. As you are, you're finding your way, weaving through the back streets and hidden places
Very fine house
of Mornshall itself. Let me just see what this is.
Off to the nice house of Master Dokar.
Master Dokar.
Dokar, my basically the ex adventurer, retired adventurer, and Master soul knife, who I was going to rob, but caught me and was very nice and didn't kill me. So he became his apprentice.
So you're making your way there.
Yep.
On your way, you have to pass from. You're in the kind of lower districts anyway at this point. With his past being of the adventuring background, there's a slightly upper tier residence for this person.
Yeah.
It's understated, but it is of a better class than on Ash Street, where
it holds water out. Nice.
Yeah, where a crate is considered a home. You are proceeding there, and you see a fellow on the ground in that district, in sort of a black, like a smart suit, laying sort of to the like on their side, but like face down.
Oh, super suspicious. Okay. I'm going to circle around the gentleman first, see whether I'm about to walk into a trap, like people ambushing me. If I go to help some guy, he could be bait. That's quite a common tactic. So I'm going to see if there's anybody basically hiding in the shadows, with knives ready, sort of thing.
Make a perception then for this one.
Yeah, perception or investigation. Want to perception. Oh, not bad. Not great, but not bad. 15.
15. Okay, let me do my. Ooh, come on.
I'm so sorry.
Oh,
With
no.
Jackson going, well, your shit was the best thing ever. That got me.
You do not see anybody.
No, I didn't think so. Right, fine. Well, I am convinced there is no one there that I can see. I will.
No.
Okay.
Erwin is convinced.
I will sneak up and see when actually the guy's breathing. If he's not breathing, there's no point.
You would put your hand down and you would be able to feel shallow breath. Right.
Any obvious wounds?
Medicine.
Yep. Roll medicine. I'm not very good at it. I'll roll medicine. Also, does he smell of alcohol, which I can do, but in my nose, not really. Oh, it wasn't 7. Could have been 1. 7.
No obvious wound. The breath is very, very like
ragged,
arrhythmic kind of thing.
Yeah. And does he smell of alcohol?
No, there's no.
Cool. It's not a drunk.
No.
Damn it. Fine. This is where being of good alignment is a pain in the ass. I reach down. Sir. Hey, sir. Again, constantly looking around, making sure I'm not going to get jumped.
Yeah.
Paranoia. I know where I am.
The eyes are kind of flickering, rolling, and it says, must tell the castle, tell the king. I must get to the castle and tell the king.
Poop.
Tell the king.
How heavy does he look? I'm really weak. I can't carry this man.
He is. What is he? What shape is he? Sorry, I'll tell you what he is. He's a human, so yeah, not something
medium.
Medium that you can move.
Okay, right, fine. I am going to go hunt down a wheelbarrow.
Okay. Yeah, you probably think that the market has.
Probably more like a go for a tradesman than a market. It doesn't have to be a wheelbarrow. Like a wheelbarrow, it could literally be a barrel for barrel a barrel truck.
Yeah,
So,
like
whatever I can find, it's relatively local. I know the traders around here.
Sack barrel. That's what you need. It's sack barrel.
Sack barrel, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, a sack barrow. You would probably reckon that would be at the.
Something on wheels. Or something.
Yeah, where would it be? Let's find it.
I'll go with a skateboard right now. I just need something.
Yeah, just so you can put someone upon.
Need something, anything with wheels.
You know of a small upper class establishment that does sell beers called the Yeti's Pelt.
Okay. I am a quick little bugger. I am going. Assuming it's not like the other end of the city, I'm going to run like a mofo.
This is like a classy, like sort of wine bar type establishment. Not quite a wine bar, but like a cask ales that are from rarer places.
Oh,
the way your connection to
I want cheap. I want wheels.
No, but you've shooed this person before. The one of the owner there, and as a favour, they would give you a sack barrow.
Okay, fair enough. I was quite willing just to steal the damn thing. Trying to save some money.
No, there would be an easy conversation. Offers of discount on shoes.
I'll be back. That's the conversation. I'll be back.
Yeah. Onto the barrow. Where are you taking this person?
At speed to the castle.
Running up the road, Jax, you see a small goblin dwarfed behind a sack barrow with a human on it coming up behind.
Actually, at this point, the sack barrel is lying flat. I'm acting like the horse. I've got it behind me.
Get behind. Oh
yeah.
Like
it's lying almost flat because it's like so low down to the ground. I'm only 2 feet tall.
Yeah, I like that. What are those? What are they called? The things that they have.
Basically, a stretcher, one man stretcher. Yeah.
What? Yeah. What's the one that they?
Whatever it is.
Yeah, the thing that they run you along on. I can't remember.
It's a horse and trap, isn't it?
A what?
Or a horse and trap.
No.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking of
I think he's meaning rickshaw.
Yeah, rickshaw. Yeah.
Rickshaw.
He's a rickshaw. He's pissed poor.
He'd be the worst rickshaw in the world with a basically half dead guy leaning on it. I'm going.
Yeah.
I will head up to Erwin and be like, "What's going on?"
I don't stop because of. Did we get this man at the castle?
Okay. It's probably easier if I just pick him up.
Okay, you got to try and catch up with me. I'm over 35.
You're also dragging stuff, so
it's true. It's true.
I think Jax with the encumbrance could do it. I think just to be able to maybe with an athletics, if you really want to test it, we could do contested athletics.
I'll go for it. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, go on there. See who's running faster, Owen or Jackson. God, it's like a race.
Oh, it's going to be Jackson, totally. Yeah. You win totally. Hands down.
22 was the disadvantage. Oh, I'm at +7, so yes, I couldn't have lost on a 3.
Yeah.
Jackson comes up. Your load is suddenly lightened. You think, oh, this has got easy. I'm getting in my stride. but no, it's that there's no longer a body.
It's going to be sort of fireman's carry, and headed up to the castle. I don't know quite where we're going, so I'm going to follow Erwin. He's our guide.
Where are you going?
I'm going to go to unfortunately, the city guard. The guardhouse at the main gate. To call for not the physician, but a physician, a priest or something. Whatever healer they would have on hand, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Wait, was I?
You were inside.
You were strolling up.
You're also inside. Yeah.
You were strolling up.
I was in the kitchen.
No, you were heading towards the kitchen. So you were walking towards the kitchen.
Oh.
You're walking up through the streets of Morningside.
Yeah.
Suddenly behind you dashes a small goblin with a body on a cart. Then Jackson turns. You see Jackson at the sort of gateway coming out.
That's what I was.
Yeah,
I was like, I was in the kitchen. So how did I suddenly?
Where's Charlie?
Okay.
Where's Charlie? Anyone know where Charlie is? No. I'm asking.
Who are you asking?
Owen and anyone we see at the castle.
I will use my psychic powers because suddenly realised because in my panic I forgot that 1 I could do psychic powers and 2 trying a priest. Yay! So I will use I shall think it's free. I think it is. Anyway, I will use my mind link.
Yeah.
Cross features.
Don't get all up in my face. Don't get all up in my face.
It's like literally just pushing
Oh.
way in.
Yeah, exactly.
He wants to play.
No, he wants to be. He wants sofa is what he wants.
He wants sofa and he wants attention.
Get out of it, Luna.
Because I am the worst dog man. I left them alone for 4 hours today.
Can't find it. Where's it gone?
It's abilities and traits, isn't
So
it?
yeah, features and traits.
Yeah, no, I'm in there.
Have it-
Looking for it.
have
Can't find it. There you go.
You have to be able to see them. As an action, choose one or more creatures you can see up to the number of creatures.
What? When was that? Because I can see a mile away. The
No,
range
no,
is-
it has a range of a mile once you've made the link, but you have to be able to see the creature to form the link.
Oh, again, still technically doesn't seem to exist on my sheet. Moving on.
Click on where
Hey.
you're looking at.
I'm on features and traits, mate.
Yeah, now click on the bit that's by psionic powers, and it will pop up a whole bit at the
Yeah,
side.
tap on psionic powers, maybe.
I'm on PC and not on a
Yeah, I'm on the web page. It's a web page thing.
class features. For those features, don't have it. It says psionic powers.
So scroll down features and traits,
Yeah.
and you go through. So you've
5
got
panels.
road features, and it's got psionic powers. You have 6 psionic energy points, blah blah blah, and there's a
Yep,
ticket.
yep, yep.
Yeah,
Psionic
click on
powers.
that anywhere in that, and it will bring up a sidebar, and it will tell you all the details.
Oh, right. Because there was actually in this list down here as well. But anyway, okay, enough of you. Right,
Okay, so
fine.
we can't do psychic power. Can't manifest this psychic
Oh.
energy to contact Charlie.
No, apparently I can't. Oops.
Can I make a suggestion out of character?
It's a bit meta.
Please?
What would you like to do?
Yeah.
Just do
I was
it.
gonna say you can see Killian from where you are, right?
Yeah,
You've
he's
just
just down the
passed
street.
Killian.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you link Killian to ask if he knows where Charlie is? Because then Killian will literally just bell on
Oh,
Charlie.
that.
like he normally
Well, that you
does.
could put it here, Jackson, so you could always answer
Yeah.
Jackson. You don't have to. Jackson
Yeah,
just yell it out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
that's the thing. That's what Killian normally does. He just shouts whenever he wants someone.
Yeah,
He's like,
I mean Jackson basically sort of crying out for Charlie,
Yeah,
asking
yeah. They
Charlie.
they would direct you to Serial and Charlie, who are in the garden, and you suddenly Serial. There's the squeaking of a wheelbarrow coming towards you,
Yeah.
a sack barrow coming towards you that has nothing on. There's Jackson running faster than a wheelbarrow pulled by a goblin with a man over his shoulder.
And shouting for Charlie.
Shouting for Charlie. Yeah, what is it, Jackson?
I don't know,
Killian, I can hear you too.
Are we in like the defrosted zone, like the grassy area rather?
That's where they're sitting. They've been
Yeah,
looking.
so
at
I was
this
going to put him down in the grassy bit rather than the snowy bit,
Yeah, sounds like a
and
good
like
idea.
let Charlie do his Charlie thing.
Okay, Charlie is going to have a little.
Charlie thing.
Charlie,
I'm
go
sorry,
on, do a
Mr.
chat.
I'm sorry, Mr. Charlie, sir. Could you please, if you're a cable label, could you heal this man?
I shall do my very best. Where did you find him?
Freezing and dying in the streets. He has a message apparently has a message for the king. I need to know whether or not he's telling the truth, but I need him to live first.
Okay, I will see what I can do. And he is going to do
I love that. I need him to live first.
a quick medicine.
Can I actually look at this guy's face and just see if there's anyone I recognise?
You turn him over. You don't recognise this person. Charlie finds a pinprick wound on the neck. As Charlie, he would say, "There's something here. A mark, a small indentation, a lesion of some sort." And as it's pointed out to you, you would probably realise this is all of you would recognise that
Poison dart?
used darts or something like that. It's something like maybe a poison.
There's
Charlie-
probably a poison in him. That's a poison dart.
Charlie
Terrible
will then
things.
try and do some healy.
Hilly.
on this poor individual.
I literally spit on the spot and go, my lady Sariel, I know that you are one with the one with nature and spirits of the earth. Do you know anything about poisons? And more importantly, do you know about their cures?
Well, I do know of some cures, but let Charlie do his healing first. See what he can do, and if he's not successful, then I will try as well for you.
He will reach down and he, touch the body, and some energy and sense of life is restored to the face. They come round from the stupor. They are conscious once again. They're able to communicate, but the face is sallow. There is a beginning of the mark is kind of expanding, something necrotic looking through the veins of the neck.
Good sir. We brought you to the. I'm Erwin. Oh, you had a message from the king. We have brought you to the castle.
I'm going to pull out a vial out of my bag and be like, tip this down his throat, and I'm going to pull out the vial of antitoxin we bought.
This man is a damn Swiss Army knife.
Yeah,
we bought it with party funds, so
you would immediately see that the legion stops spreading. That the blackness seems to recede. The wound is still raw and now looking worse from where any inflammation had occurred. And he says, "By chance you found me. I must have an audience with the king. I must tell him. I must tell him the news.
I need your name.
Tell him what? What is your name? What is your mission?"
My name is Mordant Fleece. Mordant. I'm a butler for Malf Leven, Lord Malf Leven. He's missing.
Well, who attacked you? What attacked you?
I did not see.
Why are you in that part of the town? I assume Lord Leven lives in a very nice area of the town, doesn't he?
Yeah, the Leven would live further along that kind of area of town. The Leven residence is quite extensive. Leven is the sort of head of the.
He was the regent guy.
Yeah.
He was the guy in charge of the town.
Guild regent, master of guilds or something.
I knew I'd heard the name, but I didn't know if it was from this.
We hadn't heard his first name.
Mouth.
Yeah, we hadn't heard his first name before. He was just
Mouth.
Leven.
But because I've been in the room when Pete's been playing out the cold, I didn't know if I'd heard it from that as well. So I was like,
no.
It's whilst whispering it. Sorry.
Mouth is a character from this game. He was the one being harangued by bureaucrats going, enough!
When we first got to the ground,
indeed,
weren't it?
yes, right. Indeed he was.
Sorry. I've got to take massive walking boots off. I've still got them on. I forgot.
Yeah. So yes. He tells you this information. What do you do?
I'll pick him up. We'll get him inside. Are we going to go find the king?
Okay, good. I'll find the king. And yeah, I literally ricochet off trees to make speed things up.
Yeah. Up to the thing, and Serial and Charlie will continue to minister. I think at this point, just check. I think that would be their role. If you're not actually,
I'm carrying him off, so you know they can come with.
They follow you with their sort of healing spirits and knowledge of how to repair bodies. Would be kind of investing in that. I think Serial is that what you? That's how I get Serial would be doing it. Tell me how she would be looking at this thing.
So Serial remembered Lord Leven from our encounter before.
Yes.
And while trying to tend to the gentleman, she's sort of asking him questions like, so what happened? How did he disappear? When was the last time you saw him?
He says, the master was abed. Well, he was. He followed his normal procedure of going to bed, and I took sleep myself. And in the night, I heard a calling out and ran to his quarters, and he was gone.
And when was this?
Late night, in the dark.
Last night?
Last night, indeed. And then I began to run here and make my way here, and leaving by the servants' entrance, and then I felt the bite at my neck, and then my movement became slow, and I made it as far as I could, and then I remember nothing but a small face, large ears, and then here, and then you. And he looks to Charlie. He's like, "I healed you, my son. Melora calmed your spirits and brought life to you. And dear Jackson here had the sense of mind to cure the poison that was racking your body. You will be weak for some time, I imagine. You must rest. And please tell us anything you know." And Killian is...
Sorry, I just had a thought of, like, while all of this is going on, Killian's just made his way to the kitchen because he's like, "Yeah, they've got it." Like, as he saw running past.
I'm not needed here. And I'm hungry.
And he's just made his way to the kitchen, and he's like, I'll go to them in a minute.
Owen, you are quarterly let through. The guards are kind of like, why is he back all of a sudden? You know, he hasn't got a meeting. How do you convince these guards?
My apologies. Stop, bow quickly. Not bow. My apologies.
Yes.
I have a quick message. I have an immediate message for the king. Upon his orders, I needed to come see him. This is pertaining to the city itself. Please let me pass.
Please make a, I guess a persuasion with advantage, because they know you're
Persuasion with advantage. I like
because
the sound.
you know, they know that you are there.
Friends with the king.
Friends with the king, pals, buddies. Is that blackcurrant? Not licorice. Is it?
I'm glad I had advantage. So 15.
They would nod. So proceed. Proceed, Owen.
Nod and literally they say pro and I'm gone. Proceed.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. You're in the court of the king. He is looking over documents and signing.
I literally throw myself to the floor. My king, I apologize for the interruption.
Young
Lord Leven has been discovered missing from his bed. His butler has been attacked by poison dart, and I found him in the streets. He's been brought to you now, sir. I thought you needed to know immediately.
This is what do you know of this? Lord Leven disappeared.
Yes, my lord.
What? Them damn guilds.
Perhaps, my lord. I don't know. The man has been brought to you now. He's under the care of Master Charlie, Mrs. Serial, and Master Jackson. They're bringing him here as soon as they can. I thought I'd warn you in advance of their arrival, sir.
Are you moving him, Serial? Are you trying to get this guy to the king's chambers?
I think Jackson's moving him.
I was wandering off with him to, like, well, get him inside, because, like, being in a non-icy bit of ground is still not the same as being inside in a bed to recover. And he probably wants to talk to the king, so I'm wandering in that direction.
So you're taking him in the direction of the king, and me and Charlie are tending to him.
Proceed downstairs in the chambers. This is grave news indeed. Following you, there's a meeting of minds in the floor where there are the beds conveniently, and you are able to lay this character in one of the allowed to allow more than to lay in one of the beds, and he regales the king with the same tale that he told you, Serial. I have no idea where it was. Like, I don't know what happened. I didn't see my attacker, and that Lord Leven was missing from the room with a gasp in the night.
The sun had rose. By the time I
Who are the
imagine-
other? Sorry, I was
hours
gonna
since
say,
missing.
the other people that are with the king. That you said he had some advisors.
There were people like stacking papers. These look like administering people. They're not guild. They weren't guild masters. They were people bringing
royal household.
royal household type.
Royal
people.
household, okay.
Yeah. They are people that quite easily sort of fit into this space and look like they should be there.
Out of character. People have suddenly got their jobs back. Yay!
Yeah. People who are gaining jobs, unlike that guard, unlike any of the guards.
Which makes them
so
prime suspects.
do you have any? You've got this. You've got the witness.
Do you want us to go look for him?
I can investigate the area, see whether or not, I may have somebody to ask. If there's an assassin in the streets, I might know somebody who might know who might have been hired.
Have you seen people attacked like this before, Owen?
Okay, that's a good question. Have I?
History. History, do you reckon?
History?
History,
Go
yeah.
history? Yeah, I'll go history.
History.
I'll
for
roll a
Owen.
history.
No, I think Owen, because Owen's of Morningside. Oh, you might have heard of something because you've been to Morningside before, so both of you history.
Okay,
But
cool.
she was
I
the one-
only got 12, so perhaps not.
Okay. I will roll a 16.
So, Owen with the sort of more home team advantage of being a resident rather than just a visiting dignitary. Yeah, you would know that poisons are the work of assassins. They are
Lowbrow thieves, I hate them.
yeah, not necessarily thieves hired for distinct character, not a character assassination because that's different. But I mean the you know like distinct roles, you know, distinct tasks to complete, normally
Specialist.
by the removal of
Specialist
someone.
hitmen, basically.
Are there any bald guys with tattoos on the back?
Barcodes. I've got a question in for the GM in Modern South specifically. Do they hold, are they independent contractors or do they have a guild-like mentality? Is there an assassin's guild? Or is there a middleman, a face that you would talk to? Do I know of a bar or a pub that would have a man I'd need to go talk to or lean on or squeeze for
with a
potential
15,
contract
with a
information?
15, no, I don't think you've got that level of
No.
With your
I do think I know a person who does.
Yeah,
My old master.
Yeah.
Who's a bit of a Sith Lord, but yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Or Sarah can use her magic ball.
Or Cyril can use your magic ball.
This is my dwarf. We could break in, do this, or we use a teleporter. Or in a pinch, we could use a teleporter.
You teleport, do I? I just kind of.
Oh, sorry, it was a red dwarf. It was a dwarf quote. It's like they're in a prison, they're trying to break out. This guy comes up with a really elaborate plan, and then Crichton goes, "Oh, we could use a teleporter.
Yeah.
Oh, we could use a teleporter." Go talk to a guy, squeeze some information out of the town. You know, go break in, go full Rorschach and break through someone's fingers and find the information out. Oh, we could use magic ball.
Yeah, magic.
Oh, we could do that. Let's do that.
I've just managed to bend my glasses so that they aren't digging in. It's very comfortable now.
So yeah, so what are we doing? What are we doing, party? You have information, you have a witness, you have a king who would then say something along. You have snacks.
Well,
Right.
if we go to like Lord Levin's place and have a look around, and then you can like set up your magic ball in like the hall and like see if you can find him.
Yeah, get all CSI on this, or like X-Files with like the one flashlight going round.
Right, dark vision.
Sorry, how are you just holding that flashlight?
Like this. This is how they hold it in X-Files. Oh no, they hold it like this. Don't
Yeah, I
they?
was like, it's like this.
That-
Pete,
that-
not
that-
like
This is
this.
one of those big ones, you know, night to day bean boxes, like.
It's when you were like,
This is one that can kill vampires at like 100 meters.
Or we could just set up my now portable orb here and find out where Lord Leven is before without going to his house.
Okay.
If that's possible, then do that. Yes, probably.
Oh, what are you doing? Are you going to do it, Serial? Cool. So, in the middle of the King's Tower, you start setting up an arcane divining system with some.
Put out a picnic blanket, setting the ball in the middle.
I will help move furniture. I'll help move furniture out of the way as needed.
It's like wireless. This is.
I'm not even there.
Wireless
no,
magic.
you're just where are you, Killian? Are you just
Bagels, so many bagels.
We're heading to Mama's kitchen, so you're like within a floor of us, I think.
Yeah. You're nearby. Because no, on the same floor indeed.
Mm.
The new kitchen.
No.
Okay, where are you?
I've got me food from the kitchen, and I've got her to make some pastries and some nice yummy things, and I've taken them back.
Okay, so you're on the way back to the orphanage. Okay, cool. So
Killian's just like,
literally
no,
no.
they don't eat anything.
Yeah, no.
Food.
No,
and he's got like 5 guards helping him.
Oh, you've got like
like,
a load. Okay.
Platters of food for these kids. I'm like,
You're taking a page out of Jax's book.
it is just
Yeah.
the
You're
thing
like
is, like,
leading by example
to-
from Jack. Yeah.
to
Yeah.
Killian, it's just like food's the most important thing in the world.
So going to be a bloody red flag. Yeah, I have fed the orphanage. Yeah, it burned down yesterday after I got robbed for food. Oh, yeah, that's a problem.
Killian's just like,
That's fine.
I need food. Let's feed them.
Serial, let's have that Arcana roll from you using this your divining thing.
Now we're getting the zone.
Yeah.
In the zone.
Yeah. We'll do a quick break in a minute.
Roll high, roll high, roll high.
Only someone could give inspiration.
23.
23. So tell me who. So are you looking directly for Lord Leven?
Yes, I'm looking for Lord Leven, and I'm focusing on his face and him in this present time rather than previous time. If that makes sense. So now how this thing works now.
What you see is that sort of staring out through someone else's eyes thing that you've had before.
Yeah.
You see a stone room.
Stone room. Okay.
You can move your head. You have control in this instance with a high roll. You're not on the train tracks as you have been before. And as you peer to your left and right, you feel that you are shackled. See that your arms are shackled above you and below you at the ankle. You appear to be on some sort of stone slab. You are stripped to nearly nothing, just the small clothes.
And the garment.
And you hear around you an incessant dripping.
Mm-hmm. And all that?
You could roll a perception to see if you get anything more in the form of Leven.
I have so many questions.
Perceiving while I'm in my arcanic state. 13.
You hear the dripping,
Mm-hmm.
and you feel a sense of fear seeping from like bodily back. There's like a feedback loop that's coming from Leven. As you begin to hear footsteps moving down the corridor, getting louder and louder and louder, and then your vision snap back to you, Cyril.
Of course they do, because they don't get to see whose fucking footsteps they are.
Of course you don't. It's Pete.
Well, it was just a roll of a 13, wasn't it? So
So I relay all this information to the group.
Was the stone room arched? Was the roof arched?
the stone roof was slightly, like concave as you look up.
Was it cave-like or more dungeon-like?
This was stone block.
So dungeon.
Was it like the sewers in Southgate?
You would think maybe so.
That we dropped through several times.
Oh yeah.
At least by like
Dripping water.
Big
Not
birds.
gurgling, but it was just dripping, not gurgling water. It wasn't a flow of water. So
Just dripping, Julie.
underground corridor sounds like a basement or potentially sewer, but okay. Do
I'm thinking
we
sewer
have
basement,
storm
yeah.
drains in Modern Soul?
There is an underground network that you would know about. It's regularly where there had been purges of infestations of critters.
What?
Infestation of critters.
Critters. Ah, critters.
More critters.
Critters. Gotcha.
You know that some of these are holdfasts for.
I really don't want to go in the bloody dungeon again.
It is Dungeons and Dragons. No, I'm so sorry.
We have the dragon, now we get the dungeon. That's how it works.
Oh, okay.
That's why I think
I mean, come on. I'm called the Dungeon Master in this game. That's my role. I have to provide you with dungeons. That's like essentially
I don't want to go into the dungeon, and my head was like, she does realise what we're playing.
It's essentially my remit to provide you with dungeons to go inside and dragons. All right, do you have a quick break? Because I think you want.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, let's grab a drink and bits and pieces. Okay.
I've been needing a wee since Matt turned around and went, "You're shit." That was it. I
that was amazing.
holding a laughter wee in.
I had a continuation, I think, with a sea theme at some point, didn't you? Ah, there's the sea. Okay, not less of that. Less singing. Welcome back to the Fragments.
All right, are you, Pete? Right, okay.
Right, come over.
Yeah, that's the bit I'm going to cut out. Let's draw a line under that. No more singing from Pete today.
The copyright.
Today,
Under the
to
copyright.
keep me out of any further commitments. So yes, you've got a thing. You've just seen this vision. You've explained that vision back to your party. You've used your little orb to have a little look under the ground. Stone stuff, horror footsteps, fear.
Now, assuming they had to get the man underground as fast as possible, I think I might be able to discover probably a close approximation where we might be. Not exact. We'll still have to go look, but it'll probably narrow down the area from the city itself.
And Jack's had the idea of going to the residence.
Well, the other thing is Morn Sal on like the ice, like the ice bridge, or is it actually on rock?
You see ice all around. From what you can tell from the streets, you think there is a bedrock here. It's not solid ice beneath, like all the way down.
Well, yeah, if we go and see if we can find his place and like, well, I'm assuming someone of these guys can like show us to his place.
Could
I know
I
the-
just try
I know the
something
place.
before we leave the garden? We have no evidence of going into the castle. But
Yeah,
before we
but-
go, I'd like to try something with my flower that I have in my black box.
The flower you had in the black box.
Yeah,
You got given.
the twig.
I
you
got
given
given.
a flower that you plant and you make a forest or something.
Yeah.
Don't plant it here.
I want to
Just
try.
gonna poke it in the indent.
Yeah.
Oh,
You can have
Cool.
a go. But you want to do that before you leave, before this emergent thing of okay. So
Yeah.
cereal.
Because I'll forget otherwise.
Okay.
Write it in your
Write it
notebook.
down. Write a quest. Write a quest.
Write it
I
in
want
your
to do the
notebook.
flower. I would say that at the moment the impetus is towards finding the Lord Leven. This would be the most urgent thing on any list because a
and
king is
finding
asking.
where our Dragonborn is because she's longer.
Yeah,
He's longer.
Okay. I put dew flower indent when I come back.
And you're going to come to that in a couple of weeks' time and be like, what the hell does that mean?
So yes, what actually occurs? The guide is Morden. Morden.
I thought he was dying.
He's in the bed. He's feeling most unwell. You've anti-toxed him, and he says, "If you can assist me, Jackson, was it? I think I can show you the house, and I can take you to where."
We just need someone that knows which one's his house. So like, we'll just take one of the guards and you like don't die.
Owen knows. Owen knows the place.
I know the place. Everyone knows where Leven is.
I know,
When he lives here, knows where Leven is.
but I have a guide, so that's all good.
Actually, excellent. I will go talk to my old master, see if I can't find out anything else. If we can find out potentially who the assassin is, we may be able to get a second avenue of investigation going.
Okay, well, we're just gonna grab a guard and like be like, you're showing us Lord Levin's place, and
I'll meet you back. I'll meet you at the house, at Levin's house.
Are you going to give us the address before we get there, just in case the guard sends us on our merry way?
I'm like taking one that's standing by the king. So like, you know, this is like official business. I'm not going and asking the captain because he's shit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the king says, "Please show them to Levin's house. Rest with us here. I will send for." And he immediately says the word physician. And then he thinks better of it and says, "I'll find someone to tend to you, Mordant. Thank you for bringing us this the message with your nearly dying breath. You are to be
I'll
commended."
go up to the butler and go, never fear, never fear. We're on the case. We will find your master.
And the cook.
And the cook. The cook is missing?
I don't know. The cook was in the house.
We will make sure that. What's her name?
It says Bennett.
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 His name or her name?
Her name.
Her name is Bennett. Okay.
We'll make sure we find her too.
This is where Killian's ears pick up and go, cook? What cook?
All the way down at the orphanage. A missing cook. Like, suddenly you realise that
We're gonna get there. It's like
not-
she's going to already rescued Lord Leven and the cook. Just goes, who's this guy? I wish the cook.
Yeah,
Lord Leven.
that's the
Oh,
quest for Killian.
It's a cook and this other guy.
Killian, where are you?
Bed.
Are you meeting up with this party at any point? You've delivered croissants.
I've delivered everything to the orphanage.
Yeah.
Going back. No, just going.
That's a Killian likes kids because you can't with croissants. You're gonna get kids. Many
Right.
kids.
Where are they then? No, just ask somebody. That's
Yeah,
around
there's
it.
somebody around you. Like,
Where
where
are
are
they
they then? You would see a merry band of folks charging out Erwin at super top speed. going in a similar direction. The rest of the party, accompanied by a guard, we're going to Leven's house. Leven's missing.
Alvin,
Kill him.
before you run off,
Yep.
do you want to do your magic thinky thing?
Yes.
If we find him, we can like tell each other.
Okay, I did that totally. You're absolutely right. Oh, stop, spin. Look at them all. Okay, good.
We have Erwin radio.
Hey, Charlie says, like he was looking beneath my robe.
and into everyone's mind, he goes, this way we can stay in communication. And they run off.
And the thing is, like, when Charles says that to Killian goes, no one wants to see that.
It's like,
I think, Charles, we've all seen it already, Charles.
Ooh.
We've seen it already.
Okay.
From experience, no one wants to see that.
I appreciate your honesty, Killian. And then the voice in the head, Owen.
Yes. Trick of the soul knife. Allows us to keep in communication. Lost about a mile.
Fantastic. Like thinking, like, he doesn't know if he has to say it out loud.
Just a FYI for the players. If you wish to cease it, it's voluntary and happens immediately. So if you just, I don't want to do it, you just think no, and it goes.
Deny the message.
It's voluntary.
I was gonna say, like, all he'll be getting from me is like, questions.
It's just communication. Unless you're saying croissants constantly in your head. Well, okay, fair enough. What am I saying?
It's whether you
Yeah,
just
right.
want to hear about the amazing food that Killian is just constantly.
You are led
thinking
to
about.
you are led sorrowfully. You are led to the residence of Leven.
Wait, were you DM or Charlie? Just
I
then? Like,
honestly
what
don't
the
know. It
fuck?
all
Column A,
merged
column
together,
B.
like, I'm sometimes not sure if I am actually Charles Irwin. My voice is just different. Like,
He's merged
He ends the
into
game, wakes up the next morning, and goes, "Oh, hello! Oh, wait."
Oh, blast it! I woke up as the wrong character again. I'll have another nap and hopefully I'll wake up as Peter this morning. No, you know what? Blow it. I feel like being Charles today. Just like,
Can you imagine going to work as Charles?
oh, it'd be
my
so good.
God.
Welcome to the shop,
Is that
everybody.
boy-
What a fantastic time we're going to have today. Like,
Absolutely brilliant.
It's like,
I would pay money to
okay,
see
let
that.
me just heal that.
Pay money to see that. I really would.
just
No.
spend a whole
Next time
day in
I-
character.
next time I
That'd
come
be
in
so
your shop.
funny. Like,
Next time I come in your shop, I want you to answer me.
just oh, it's so that would be so funny. That whole day as my D&D character. That-
You're-
I would totally
Oh,
design your
done that.
costume as well. You'd be a full Birdman thing going in the background.
Have you seen the Kenku cosplays, lady? Oh my god, that's just amazing. I love her.
I have a friend called Swandog, Xenia Ellison. She is a furry, but she's a really cool character. I love her to pieces. She makes art with steel, especially cuts that with a blowtorch steel and makes weather vanes and things. She makes beautiful artwork. She's in Norway, but she made these metal wings, swan wings, and they were gigantic in like 6 moving parts. And there was an Arduino system based on them, and she controlled them basically with basically little fingers. She had a ring like that. She could literally click, 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 and it pulled from back here, and had 5 different settings.
Yeah.
Especially,
Oh,
so she just
wow.
go click, 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 and his wings would like flutter open, and then they'll shudder, and it was beautiful. I've got the designs, so I can build them. She gave me the
Oh,
designs.
wow.
I'll send
Okay,
you
so,
the Kenku.
so you're building them for us, yeah?
Yeah,
I'll
sure. It'll
I'll
be about a foam, not metal. But yeah, sure.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you arrive at the residence. You see that the front appears normal, shut up, locked.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Owen, have you done your bit with your master? Or are you heading to the master?
We don't have to role play it. We can do it later.
Okay.
I'm basically looking for. I can tell you right now. I'm basically going to him and begging him for basically news on who to. If there was an assassin who tried to assassinate somebody I'd like to break his legs. Allow me to, if he knows who I should be asking, who in this investigation I should start with, be my guest.
He rolled a 7, so he doesn't know.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's cool. Fair enough. If he doesn't know, he doesn't know. I'd probably ask him. I'd literally pay him my last 5 gold and say, please look into it.
He would say,
he's a practical man, so I don't expect him to be friendly.
He would say, the gold is not needed, Cohen. It's the same old price. A favor.
Of course, my lord.
Cool.
Can I?
I'll do it. And then we'll go back to the house.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, cool.
I think to myself, oh shit.
Yeah.
Can I just ask, like, when we're going to the, you almost elbowed me. Even.
That's how you travel.
please stop. When we're going to the house, do I get, because obviously I wasn't in on the conversations that you guys were having, I don't know what
You can ask.
Sarah saw through the orb, or that she even did that. I don't know.
No, it's
just like a very brief, like, this guy's gone missing, we need to go find him.
Yeah.
And it's like along the way, like to the house and things like that, do you guys fill me in on what's happened?
I think that would be kind of assumed. Charlie would be going, and then Sarah will set up a thing.
Okay, we have Charlie. You get everything. You get every damn thing. Excruciating detail.
And my right wing was hurting slightly, and so I gave it a rub, and then it got caught slightly in one of my claws. Like, I mean, I've got a run in my fabric now. I mean, I'm gonna.
Then, do you guys? It's literally what I have to do to him in real life. I'm literally like, Pete, just shut up a second. And then, do you guys tell me that the cook has apparently gone missing as well? As far as we know.
If you overhear the word cook, that's how you sort of.
No, not in real life. Not in character.
Not in character. No, but do
real life.
In real life, yeah.
Do you guys
play
me that the cook has gone missing as well? Or?
I think the main primary concern of Charlie would be the story would be, it would give you pretty much everything. He would tell you that there is a cook that is missing.
Okay.
Well, there's a cook that's in the house who may not be missing. They may just be asleep.
Yeah,
Maybe
or they may have
breakfast.
hidden.
Yeah,
they may not know anyone.
Location, yeah.
Okay, cool. So,
Found.
sorry, I was just trying
Also maybe
to
missing.
Yeah,
like
that's cool.
get
No,
what I'd been told because my character was away and stuff like
Yeah.
because I didn't want to get confused with what I know and what Killian knows. So I was like, right,
No, you've got it.
where are we
yeah,
at?
yeah. It's pretty much shared knowledge right now.
Cool. Yeah, that's cool then. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, yeah. The front of the house looks normal. Yeah. What would you like to do? How would you like to investigate this building in front of you?
Can I investigate the back of the house, please?
Yeah, there is a sort of an outer wall surrounded by what looks like wrought iron fencing. A small garden that leads up to a portico and sort of stairway and little doors, probably antechambers. You imagine. The big fan of the antechambers. No antechambers. Around the sides, there is a way to navigate around this building.
You're a dick.
Could you make it an investigation check, please, Sarah? I'm glad you know.
I'm just going to hammer on the front door, see if I can wake up a cook.
And
Oh, wait,
I am going.
Hammer or hammer?
That comes next.
Oh,
Yeah, he will knock.
I have two
quite hard.
settings. I have knock on the door with a fist, make the building shake, and then I have a two-handed ball.
Through the iron gate, up the iron path. No, there's not an iron path.
damn, this guy's rich.
Gee.
to the door, and you rap upon the door. There is no response. Sarah Gladrinell, what was your investigation check, please?
10.
You're wandering round. You you don't see anything particular in the round the back, other than like sort of there's a entrance for to a cellar of sorts that you think might be on the building. There's lots of like 2-story house, quite a nice residence.
Okay.
So
That's all right.
I went to talk and then yawned. Sorry,
That's okay.
that was really rude. I do apologise.
All right, I've been yawning for the last half an hour.
I am going to go in search of the servants.
No, you've got an exact thing you're looking for.
I'm guessing Charlie would have told me every single thing that this guy said, because that's Charlie and that's how he does it. And he would have also shared information that I really didn't want to know.
Yes, he would.
So it would have been like, knowing Charlie, he would have said, and then Erwin picked his nose, and that, just stuff like that, and described the colour of the bogey that Erwin picked out.
Lovely lilac.
Do you know what I mean?
Lilac.
I am in search of that, like the servant
bogey
entrance or something.
Yeah, please, go and investigate.
Because that's where the guy said that he left through.
Yes.
Just let me know when I turn up.
Yeah, about now as the Dragonborn's walking around the back.
Cool.
Okay, so what am I doing?
Investigate.
Okay.
I would more likely want to go through the cellar entrance that I found around the back.
Yeah. Charlie will be with Jax, by the way. So
I'm peering in through any window at the front of the house.
That is a 13.
Okay.
14.
Not bad, Kat.
Okay, so we'll deal with you with your roll first. 14. Yeah.
Back a minute. I chase
find
that
that there's a small gate, like nearly sort of, it's made not to be seen, like kind of, it looks like flush with the fencing. And I
only find it with that roll because I'm specifically looking for
because
it.
you know what you're looking for. And Jax, you peer in. There is a parlor on the to the right of the door. There's a parlor. To the left of the door, there seems to be a dining room area.
And are the windows big enough to get through?
Oh yeah, they would be big enough to get through if they were not filled with glass panes.
That's fine.
Break all you say. Break glass in case of emergency, he says. Charlie Jackson, if you can keep an eye on the front entrance, I'm going to go try and find the servers entrance and see if I can't find where this dart landed. Maybe able to tell us who did this. Assassins like to sign their assassins do sometimes like to sign their work.
Where did you find him in relation to the house?
Several streets away. He was been wandering. It was pure luck. He was wandering blindly, going the wrong direction.
So
deluded.
He was stabbed here and wandered rather than.
Tried to get. In his own words, he tried to get to the castle, but the poison was taking hold.
Okay, I'm gonna change tacks and I'm gonna start looking around at the grounds, and I'm gonna try and start trying to track and see. I know Saria went that way and Killian went that way, and
I'm trying to stay off the grass as much as possible, using the wall as my entranceway, because I'm also looking for where the assassin either threw or blow darted this dart. Okay, and also looking for the dart itself.
Can you, Jackson, do us a survival then for some tracking times? And Owen, are you looking for the dart specifically, or are you looking for?
I'm looking for two things. First things first, looking for the nest, assassin's like place where he would have held up to attack the poor butler, and the secondary would be the dart itself. Much harder to find, obviously. It's a tiny little dart, I imagine.
Yeah. What's yours, Jax?
I rolled a natural 20 and a 5.
Oh, and you got this because you got exhaustion.
So 9 on the survival.
So you look.
I can find Dragonborn Prince and Elven Prince, and maybe little like Goblin Prince.
And there's a point where you're crawling along, and then you actually just end up going, aha! And you're actually just touching Charles's toes, and you're like, oh, stupid Charles.
I can actually see it almost. He's crawling along, looking, and we turn around. He's basically falling asleep on lying on the floor, going.
My plan for this evening was to have a snooze and recover, but no.
There is what is happening now? So you were looking around. Let's have an investigation for these darts and a place where you think there might be a vantage point.
Natural 20 for 28.
Oh, well, natural 20, both, of course, with a nat 20. You would find that there, at the servant's entrance, as Killian opens the gate, you hear this rather ungainly of the gate making a sound opening. You take that to be the alert that there was someone else in the house or someone that had noticed this. This might have drawn an assassin to this point.
Yep.
You look up to the roof. There are chimneys and things around the roof, and you think that these would be very easy to be concealed behind, and you work out that somewhere near Killian must be the dart, but you're not right next to it. You're kind of doing the geometry thing, kind of. And when approaching Killian near the gate, you see you.
Don't move. Don't move. Basically, look around his feet until.
Yeah. A little way away from maybe where a stumble and like it's been kind of maybe hastily pulled out. You find a small like a dart that it's obviously come from like a blow dart type situation.
Feathered end.
Yeah, with a feathered end, and the feathers are beautiful.
Oh, Charlie's is what I was thinking.
Oh, Charlie's! Oh my God, Charlie was the baddie all along.
That's what I was saying. I was like,
I was going slightly darker. Actually, I was going something darker. It's like, wow, it looks like Charlie's. I'm not going to tell him that they may have skinned one of his kind. Yeah, that's what I was going for. Like, dark. I was going.
The feathers are of a lurid green. With little black, like a black goes green, then a black line, then a lurid green with little flecks of black that come up towards the end.
Out of character, John, would you like to do a nature to find out what sort of bird that was?
John might. Does Erwin?
Erwin is an intelligent individual, very intelligent as it turns out. So he was more likely to go to the person who would know this sort of thing and not try it himself. I do have nature, as it turns out, a skill, but I know we got a druid.
You know a man who can.
Yeah, I know a woman who can. I know a noble woman who can.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, but first things, prima fact prima, I want more of a historical assassin guild mentality. So this actually is a sick calling card for anyone in particular. Oh, shall I write? Right. 13. So good roll.
So with that, you would know that this. You would probably notice that these are not. They're not a natural color.
No, they've been dyed, obviously.
They've been dyed. Yeah. So you think that this is like a calling card, like a
calling card. So guild or high level professional.
Yes.
That neither are good signs. That's money. That says a lot of money.
Yes.
I go. Look at him go.
Killian's still frozen to the spot.
Yeah, Killian's just like.
Killian, do you have a vial or an empty glass jar I can put this in? And I'm being damn careful not to touch the tip of it. It's literally death. I need to be able to move around, protect it. I don't have to have. Can't keep holding it like this. I have nothing.
Maybe.
You can move now. You can move now. It's fine.
Killian was just like, I don't want to move. I don't want to move. And even then, he's just like, for quite a big dragonborn, he suddenly turns into like a fairy, and he's like,
yeah, very cautious. Do you have any?
This by your foot was death. Enjoy it. He's like, I'm gonna step on it.
it's like, oh shit.
It's like the worst bit of Lego you've ever stepped on.
And the thing is, because Killian doesn't wear shoes or anything, obviously, because he
It's a
can't.
D4. It's a deadly D4.
Didn't we make him some shoes, Jack?
No,
No,
we
no,
Because
Killian
we made Charlie
didn't
shoes.
need them because like Killian's an ice dragon.
Yeah.
We made Charlie some like Gatory type things to keep his feet warm.
Mm.
Yes, I actually do.
Oh, fantastic.
So would you like?
Please, please.
Okay, and I hand him a little. It's like a little glass vial, kind of like.
Just do you read something? Yeah, cool. Fantastic. Even
Go
better.
to
Fantastic.
the lab, didn't you, earlier on?
I go, well, and make sure it's empty. Boop. Stopper it. Right. Now I'll place it upon my person, but carefully.
Take it off your inventory, please.
I will do.
No, add it to yours and.
Yeah, will do.
And
And Killian, one last thing. Can you lift me up with that roof?
How tall is this roof?
it's 2 stories and it's a pitched roof.
Okay. And how tall am I?
You're 8 foot, are you? Something like the 7.
I love how I'm asking you how
You've
tall
got your
am I.
character
I've
sheet
got
in
my
front of
character
you.
sheet.
And you're asking me.
Right, I was
Just
I
read
was,
it.
I was busy trying to find the test tubes to take Ren off of my thing. Sorry. Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
We need to give Cereal something to do, or Cereal's going to fall asleep.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna get on that.
Uh,
So you would see where you couldn't find this very discreet servant's entrance. You would see that Killian is now walking through a gate, and Owen has scrabbled around in the dirt and produced something from the ground. You would be inside the fences, and there is an entrance to a cellar of sorts. There is also a doorway that looks like again like a discreet entrance for servants, and you can probably know that Jax and Charles are at the front entrance. What would you want to do?
so
Oh, you wanted to see how big you are. I can't remember how tall you are.
I can't remember that.
Oh, 7.5 foot. How about that?
Can you lift him up high enough to get him onto the roof?
Listen to your experience.
Probably not if it's a 2-story.
Not with a lift.
You could probably get a story's worth of lift out of a Dragonborn,
even
so you
out of
only have to
Dragonborn.
climb 1 story's worth.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I will like lift him up as high as I can get him.
Yeah.
And shift him onto there.
To the second
And-
story window with an athletics. If you wanted to jump off of the Dragonborn's hand, like some sort of wonderful
Good.
Olympic leap.
And then so I've lifted.
Yeah, you're
I
holding
almost-
Erwin aloft.
I'm such a weirdo. I almost said right. So I've lifted Killian up,
No.
and I was like,
You haven't.
no, it's
You've
not
lifted
Killian. It's
you've lifted Erwin up. Erwin, you are just below a window stair, and you can make an athletics if you would like to get to the window sill. And Serial, you may follow suit and follow inside. Are you heading for an entrance or...
Yes, I'm going to head for the what looks like the cellar entrance. Is it locked?
You come to wooden doors that enter into a cellar. There is a lock upon it.
Can I try? Can I push it to see if it is locked?
Oh no, it is locked. There's an obvious padlock type situation
Oh,
going
okay.
on in the front.
I psychically say to Erwin, Owen, I'm going to need your assistance. I think we need to go down to this cellar, but I think maybe your skills may be required.
Owen's up a building.
Give me a moment, and I'll be with you. Just stay there. I'll make a hasty investigation upon this rooftop. I've got 14 to get up there. So
Okay, so you're not to the roof. You're to the second story window sill. Sorry, so like the roof is 2 stories up.
yeah,
So with 7 foot, you might be able to boost to the second story window ledge and peer in. You look in upon a room, again, glass panel, quite a large sill that you can stand upon. With your diminutive size, this would be a difficult thing for other characters to do.
Yep.
You look in, and what you see is a how would I describe it? Like a drawing room of sorts. You seem to be poised from behind a desk. There's a large desk, chair, walls of books and things like that on bookshelves and stuff. And Serial, before you go.
I'm not quite asleep yet.
Okay.
I am falling asleep.
Okay.
sit up.
I'll get up.
Yep.
That's what you see. You see like bookcases, large oaken desk.
Oh, the roof's not going anywhere. I'll get down, basically clambering onto Killian on the way down. Hop down onto Killian.
Oh no, Killian doesn't let him do that. Killian still stood there like a dad.
Hop on, please. Happy to do that. Yep, grab, drop it down. At least,
Killian
what?
goes to put him down and then does a little spin and then puts it down.
I don't know. I just hold it on and go to Serial.
Let's go.
To Serial, you're quarterly taking Jax. What are you doing around the front?
I love how when this started, Owen hated being carried, and now he's just like, yeah,
let's go.
I suddenly realised I have a mount.
Yeah, you can't beat him.
Dragon mount.
Yeah, dragon mount.
With Dragon Rider.
Oh, that's later on. That's then when Owen gets his own pet dragon.
Yeah.
So you said there was a dining room and
a dining room and like a parlor type situation.
okay, the dining room looks empty and non-interesting in any way, shape, or form.
Large dining table, various accoutrements that would.
No signs of a struggle or anything obvious like that.
No, not from what you see here. This looks well made,
Okay.
well kept.
I'm climbing through the window.
Okay. Could you please
literally sort of poke a pole arm into the glass and sort of round the frame.
He breaks in, literally smashes the window.
Please, can you make a dexterity saving throw, please?
The magical wards go off and blast you into outer space.
9.
Fireball, boom.
9. Please. Where are we?
If they warded the windows, 1, I am impressed. 2,
please take 6 force damage as you're shot back from the window.
welcome to modern style. Paranoia.
Did I manage to break it?
No.
Oh hell no!
Bonk, boo.
Yeah, it's literally like.
It's like a
That's
feather
brilliant.
hits it, and the feather is like blown to pieces.
I can just imagine.
This window hates feathers. Like
I can just imagine. I can just imagine it. Basically, goes. Basically, it takes the force you hit it with and brings it back to you. You go, don't quee.
Just shoot you across. Serial, you have Erwin. What would you like to ask him to do?
Oh, she wants.
Owen, can you pick the lock for me, please?
20.
Woo!
The lock is picked.
I was gonna say technically, I have Erwin.
Yeah. You lower him down in that kind of mission.
I would
Impossible
assume you don't go. No, it's mine now.
It's like, no,
You
my goblin friend.
the lock is picked.
There's like magic
I
on
just
the
took-
windows.
I smile and go, it wasn't locked.
Oh,
Yeah, you would hear probably with a from around the corner.
Oh no,
There's
no,
magic.
I was using Irwin radio.
Okay.
In radio.
And I'm gonna lay on the floor for a bit because I'm quite tired.
Yeah, and you would all hear in your heads probably. Does it go just to Owen, or does it go to?
I don't know. I've not seen any.
It doesn't say.
So,
It's
Serial,
kind of
you
vague
haven't
on that.
heard in your head yet, Serial, that the place is warded.
Let's Google.
So, am I still stood at this open gate?
No, you've gone
no,
in. You've
I've
carried
now got
Erwin
Erwin.
to the basement, and Serial's asked him to pick the lock. Serial, the lock is open. What are you doing now?
So, wait, how did Cyril get to the basement?
She's not to the basement.
Oh.
She's had the lock picked on the basement by Erwin. The lock is off. The padlock is
So
off.
I'm now away from the door that I was wanting to go through.
Because Erwin told you to do that, and you went, "Yeah, let's go."
Okay. To be honest, that sounds like Killian. Right.
I go through into the dungeon.
You go into the below.
Now that I've put now that I've put Erwin down
Yes.
and he's done that, I'm going to go back to where I was.
Serial, as you open the doors and then try to step through into the basement, please take 11 force damage, unless that message got through first.
The answer is no. It goes to me first. I would have relayed it, to be brutally
Okay, you
honest.
would have relayed
It's
it,
just,
so-
it always had to kind of go bounce off me. Sort
Yeah.
of.
You're like the switchboard.
Yeah.
So I went to go, and I just before I went, I heard there's a magic
Wait,
portal.
there might be traps.
And I stepped back.
No, all Jackson said was there's magic on the windows.
No,
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah, Jackson said there's magic on the windows. He didn't
no.
say anything else about the place.
I would just. I would say. I would. No. That's
Yeah,
too much
Erwin
of
would
it. Too much of it.
translate.
I just say, wait, there might be traps.
Okay.
Yeah.
I say that.
Okay, so you don't take that force damage. So,
Mm.
okay,
So I opened this gate.
you've come
I will
in through
tell-
the gate. It's the back. You come into like the penned-in house. If you mention the penned-in house, come down the one side of it. Found the basement. Sarah's opened the basement, and you are now trying to make ingress into this house. And probably before Lou falls asleep, I think we're probably going to have to stop right there. And it's getting on for 11 o'clock. So
It's 11 o'clock. I'm
can I
sorry, guys. I'm really knackered.
That's fine.
Can I do one thing before we?
yes, go for it. One last
Okay,
action.
so where am I?
You are near the door. The
Me,
Sarah has
Cyril,
not
and
touched
yourself.
the stuff we adapted that. You are near the basement doors. There's a door at the back of the house that you have seen. Also,
So is that the servant entrance and the basement doors?
no.
We don't know.
That's where I am. That's what I'm saying. I went back to the gate.
Yeah.
At the servant's end, the gate that I opened.
Yeah.
And I went through there.
You went through the gate. You're at the servant's door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to do an Arcana check
On the door.
on the door.
Yeah, please go for it. Yeah.
I will probably telepathy, psychically whisper to Charlie and go, "Is Jackson okay?"
He's having a little lie down.
No.
Okay, so
It's an 8.
you don't sense anything from here.
Well hidden
But
traps.
I was just like, why are you saying I'm at the basement? I'm not at the basement. That's what was confusing.
Because you carried Erwin to the basement door.
Yeah, and then that's what I was saying. I then put him down.
Okay, yeah,
And
you
I went back
Yeah.
to the gate. But you kept saying I was at the basement. I was
So
like,
you were
no,
there and then
no.
went back. I didn't get the bit where you said you went back. Sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't hear that back. So
It's
Um,
only because when I listen back to this, it will confuse me.
no.
So I was
So
like, wait.
you're looking at the back door. We'll end this with you at the back door, trying to figure out if there's magic. Sarah and Owen on the thing. Jack's having a little lie down after receiving some force damage and some exhaustion.
He's quit. He's quit. I'm out of here. I'm just gonna lay here.
And,
Yeah, Jack's just kind of like, do you know what? I think I might need a lay down.
and Charles
Suddenly
would come
realize this
over.
snow is really comfy.
Charles would come over and he would actually ask you if you need any healing. He would say,
Yeah,
"Are
I'm,
you okay, Jackson?"
He's fine. He's like, you know, he's like, he's not even lost 20%. He's
like,
fine. He's just
Jackson,
tired.
you must really be a little more careful.
Oh, like, I was gonna get in and see if we can find the thingy. I didn't expect anyone to like have magic windows.
No.
I asked Erwin if Jackson wants a face.
You're around the back. You don't see.
No, but I've heard. Surely I've heard Erwin ask if.
No.
Ask Charles if Jax is okay.
No, it's all
No,
out.
No.
one-on-one conversations
It
constantly.
literally
Oh,
it goes no. So I was just reading up on it.
Yeah.
So in theory, you can't use more points to spread it to more people, because as soon as you do the second one, the first one will drop. So you're limited to however many people. It's like you can't
Lou,
have.
go to bed. We'll see you next week.
I'm not asleep. I'm just sitting here.
You're
Remember,
so asleep.
I'm
Yeah.
really
Your
not.
proficiency bonus. So you can basically your proficiency number, which
Which is I
we
got
are-
3.
Yeah, so you can do it to 3 people for a point, but if you do it to a different 3 people, the first radio call drop
Okay.
is
I see.
effectively what they were saying. And you are the hub of the communication, so it's not an Irwin radio, it's your dispatch.
I'm dispatch, yeah.
Yeah.
So we talk to you and you then relay messages
on,
across
yeah.
to other people.
That makes sense.
Okay.
So you
You got to remember to relay.
Missing one person. Damn it! I need one more. I need one more proficiency. I'm missing a person.
Yeah. We'll just say this one went off, and then from now on we'll cast it with the
Yeah,
three,
okay.
the
Yeah,
three
got it.
rule, because otherwise it will.
Oh, freebie! Woo!
Yeah, thematically we'll change it for the next one. Okay, cool. Thanks for playing, everyone, and we'll see you all next week.
Cool.
Lovely job. See you later. Bye.
Same bad time, same bad
Bye.
time. Bye.